Hey peeps, how's it going? I'm gonna do not really an update because it's well, I guess this is an update. My last video was all like whingy and sad, so I decided to do a non-whingy and sad one. So here we go. So I ended up telling the person, the person I work with, that I'm trans, and it was so terrifying on so many levels. But it went really well. My dog's having a spaz. I think it was probably good that I was shaking like a leaf, like my hands were shaking, it was ridiculous. I went around to her place to help her with something completely unrelated, and I was like, oh, I just have to do it, because if I don't do it, because I've been torturing myself for ages, and I was feeling really shit about it, and so the only way to resolve it was just going to be just to do it. And so I borrowed her iPhone and I loaded it, because I wrote a script, not a script, I wrote pre-planned what I wanted to try and say, and I wrote it down on my blog, and so I used it kind of like a script, and then I loaded it up on her iPhone, and I was like, oh, I have a thing that I have to read this to you. And she was, yeah, I don't know, maybe I talked it up a bit much, but I was just very nervous about it all. The whole thing was horrible. So anyway, I got around to finally doing it, and I didn't read off it because I wanted to be able to look her in the face when I said it, because otherwise, I don't know, it seems to defeat the purpose of doing it in person. So I'm not entirely sure. I don't think she was entirely sure what she was about to be presented with, but she took it quite well, very well. She took it very well. I finished, and the last line was, "Am I still okay?" And she just said, "Oh, it doesn't matter," and she gave me a hug. So I thought that went very well. It was good, and we haven't talked about it again since, but that's perfect. That's just how I want it, because it doesn't matter. She's right, it doesn't matter at all, and it doesn't need to factor into anything. So that was very good, and I felt so much better afterwards. I just felt, yes, a weight had been lifted, and so I'm back in a very good frame of mind. I went shopping yesterday, for the first time in forever. Anybody that knows me will know that I'm allergic to spending money, and I hate looking nice. So I went shopping for the first time in ages, and this is one of the shirts that I bought, but it was just so nice. I went shopping in menswear stores, and I wore things that I liked, and they fit me, and it was so good, and I looked nice. I was so nice to be able to go shopping and buy things that I wanted and have them make me look how I wanted, and then I felt good and how I wanted to feel, and it was very nice. Cool story, bro. I'm rambling on because I'm just happy. I'm a happy guy. Oh, my passport came today. I went and picked it up. It's my New Zealand passport, because I'm travelling over to Dubai shortly. I'll try and show you just the picture aspect of it, because you don't really need to see the rest of it. Does that kind of look like me? That guy and me? Yeah. Anyway, and so I've got, because I haven't legally changed my sex on my birth certificate, because I have to go through the courts and do all this bullshit to do that. And under sex, it just says X. That's it. Oh, just there. So it doesn't say M or F, it says X. And I just hope that that is okay. And that when I go there, and they look at me, and they look at my passport, and they don't go, "What do you mean X?" And I don't know, I'll just make up some bullshit story. I'll be like, well, it's obvious what I am. Freedom of expression, I don't know, I'll just make some bullshit up. But it's just, I needed to do this because I'm going to Dubai, and that is a kind of conservative nation, I guess, and it is illegal to cross-dress. And so I didn't really want to be walking around with a passport as my means of identification, and have an F on it, and then I know what I mean. So that's very good to have that, because I'm leaving on the 27th of January, which is only a couple of weeks away. Yeah, so how fun. I got a passport. Pretty flash. Pretty pictures on all the pages of things like whales and albatross and such. I went and gave blood today, but I had very low hemoglobin, so they had to take bonus blood to make sure that my hemoglobin was going to be high enough, and it was just high enough. So then they took the main blood. But I've signed up to be a plasma donor, so that'll be fun. They take out your blood and then they put it in an apheresis machine, and they take away the plasma and then they put everything else back. So that's fun, and you get to do that more often than you can give blood, because it doesn't take very long for the plasma to be replenished. So I should be able to do that every 2 to 3 weeks, and it takes about an hour. So that'll be fun. It'll be good. I don't know, take my study in or something. I'll sit and I'll do anatomy as I get plasmapheresis. How fun. That appeals to me. Very novel. Other than that, nothing much to update. Life is good. I'm in a good frame of mind. I don't think I've had particularly any more changes than I have had previously. Yeah, I'm just finally noticing that there is actually some hair happening now. Ooh, on my thighs. Oh, you can't see it. How disappointing. But it is. It's happening on my thighs, which is fun. And under here, on parts of my arm which previously were completely hairless, now have the occasional hair on them. It's nothing to write home about, definitely not. But it's just an observation that I have made. And this wisdom tooth up the top is coming in, and it's got one of those weird flappy things. I only just noticed it this morning, but I'm not sure if I've talked about this already, but my wisdom teeth were impacted, and that they weren't going to come through because there was not enough room, and that was fine. They were just going to sit there and not do anything. But they've all come through. This one is emerging, that one's coming through, and now this one is obviously doing its thing. So I haven't had any problems. My teeth aren't all falling out of alignment or anything like that, so that's good. Yeah, that's about it, really. Life is good, and I'm a happy man, so I just thought I'd do an update to go on from my loss of mojo. Because clearly I've got my mojo back. It's very hot though, really hot, all the time, everywhere. I guess that's summer for you. Cool, so I hope everybody else is well around the world. I'm going to stop talking now, because I've been rambling. But yeah, I'll do another thing sometime, update, don't know if you can call it that. Yeah, I'll catch you all later. Okay, bye.